we've talked about urgency and the way you've managed throughout the postseason. If you could just take me through whether you had a thought about bringing in Familia to start the eighth, or what was your thought process for when to bring Familia into the
Well, we talked about possibly doing 2 innings with Jeurys, but we may not have had him tomorrow. So we thought we'd start with Clippard, and we said if the go-ahead run gets on, we'll go to Familia. So when he walked Kane, we went to, he said, this is when we got to go to Familia. So.
And over to the far left.
Terry, what did you see with Clippard?
Well, I mean, the first guy, pitched him great. The second guy, he just missed with his pitches. One thing he doesn't do, he doesn't walk a lot of guys, and we don't walk a lot of guys, period. And like I said, when he has pretty good success against the lefties, and when he walks Zobrist, I thought, okay, we'll still let him see if he can get Kane out, and he gets Hosmer. Until like I said, if they got the go-ahead run on, we were going to go to Familia, and we got the ground ball. We just, we didn't make the play, and then, then next ground ball, you're in double play depth. It's a little different situation if you didn't have to be. So it was certainly one of those situations where, we couldn't stop the bleeding.
And over to the far right aisle, Ken.
Terry, due to a double play to end the game there, Cespedes being that far off first base, should he have been that far off, or was he too far off?
Obviously, the answer would be no. He got a freeze on a line drive a little bit, so he got off. I know I'm sure the first thought in his mind was, I'm going to score on any ball that gets in the gap. I'm going to make sure he scores, and he just got too far off.
And the far left, Joel.
Terry, I wonder if you could just take us through your thoughts and emotion. You're 6 outs away from tying the World Series, and it went so quickly in that inning. What's going through your kind of heart, soul, and brain in that inning?
Well, again, Joel, we talked before the inning. We said we're going to start with Clippard, and when we got the first guy out, we'd said before the inning, if the go-ahead run gets on, we're going to go to Familia. But I didn't want to have to burn Jeurys tonight for 2 innings, if I could help it. So, didn't work.
Over here in the front right.
You guys have hit like 19 home runs in the postseason, and I think 10 of them in games you win. That's a little bit lopsided for the way you usually play. Any explanation why you haven't been generating more offense?
Barry, I don't have an answer for that. Obviously, I would, if I would, we'd probably hit some more. But, where we were swinging the bat, we've been swinging the bats very well. We had a nice night last night, and tonight, we just didn't get the hits when we needed them, except for Conforto. It was one of those nights where they stymied the middle of the lineup. They pitched good, and but we certainly, anybody that can give me the answers of why we're not hitting in certain situations, I'd like to hear them. So.
And left, right.
Terry, you kind of knew coming in the Royals are the kind of team to take advantage of mistakes. Is that what hurts the most? That mistakes are really hurting you in this series?
Oh, no question, John. You mean in postseason, you can't give up. You can't give away outs. You got to get out. You got to make outs. You got to, you can't give good teams opportunities to score extra runs because they can do it.
And over here to the right, towards the middle.
Terry, I know there's a lot you feel you could done better, but it's kind of the MO of Kansas City. They're just kind of relentless. They just keep coming at you, and then at some point go past. Yeah, I mean they do. They certainly we've talked about it before. They truly don't ever stop. I mean they have a very, very good lineup from top to bottom. They can do a lot of things. They're athletic. So, like I said, you've got to make pitches and you got to get outs when you have the opportunity. So, Steven Matz threw the ball very well tonight. For 5 innings, he was very, very good. And then after that, I thought, certainly, when we had the lead going into the 8th inning, I said, if we can get to Jeurys, for a 4-out save or something, we'll do that. But, we just, again, we had our opportunities. We didn't make the plays we needed to make.
And the back left.
Terry, given what you mentioned about Clippers walk, Cespedes play to end the game, the ball he kicked in the outfield, Murphy having a little trouble at second, did the Royals beat you or did you guys beat yourselves tonight?
Well, they still got to score, and they did. That was that's certainly, but when you allow them to have opportunities, like I just said, the good teams are going to beat you, and they're a good team.
Terry, over here to your left. Did the fact that Familia pitched an inning last night affect how you're going to use him tonight at all, as far as length?
A little bit, but we have, again, this is what we have done, and to get back in it, we knew we had to, get through the 8th inning, and I thought that certainly the way Clipper's been throwing, he's been throwing the ball very well in this series, and the 2 walks hurt us.
And over here to the right, front.
In the 3rd inning, when the Royals help you guys with the run, when Rio seems to lose track of the outs, do you think, okay, they're giving us a break, that things are going our way tonight?
Well, that certainly was a big run at the time. Not by any stretch of the imagination did we think the game was over. That certainly knew we had a long way to go, and we still had to, get some big outs, and we didn't do that.
And over to the far left.
Terry, was there any thought of pinch hitting for Mats in the bottom of the 5th? And if not, are you concerned at all about the way that the starters have faded a little bit earlier than you would expect them to?
Well, after the home run, that's why I let him hit. I thought he was still throwing the ball okay, so I thought, well, I'll just let him start to see if he can get us through the 6th inning, and so we can kind of save the pen. And that was one of the other things. We had a situation where we had, certainly used 2 guys in the 6th inning, or 3 guys to get out of that inning. But no, I mean, had somebody without the home run, we might have hit in that inning, yes. But when we hit the home run, I was going to let him go back out.
And right here up the right aisle.
Terry, on a positive note, Michael Conforto was playing in the Penn League last year. Tonight, his 2nd World Series game at home, he hits 2 homers. What do you see in this kid? Does he embellish moments like this? I guess, what's his mentality coming into these kinds of high-pressure games?
Well, he's going to be a very, very good player. He's had a rough postseason. He hasn't had a lot of hits, but like I've said it before, he's had good at-bats. He's dangerous, and tonight he showed that. This guy's going to be an outstanding offensive player, and this is a great experience for him to get a lot better fast.
And last one up the left aisle.
Terry, obviously being down 3-1 isn't a situation anybody wants to be in, but how much of your thinking and how much of what you're going to share with the team has to do with having Matt Harvey going on the mound tomorrow and having Harvey, DeGrom, Syndergaard, your 3 horses lined up here?
Yeah, we got to, and Matt's got to give us one of those great outings that he's capable of giving us, and we're in a tough situation, but we're not dead yet, and we got our 3 guys that we've turned to. It seems like each and every time we've had a big series, those are the 3 guys that we run out there, and we just got to keep getting all 3 of them.